People, deluded, I'm back again. So yeah, we all have been watching the Champions League. For context of when this video is being made, it's half time in the Manchester City versus Spurs game. Crazy game, man. I mean, what the hell? Shout out to Sterling. But I'm sure you've seen Ajax. You saw Ajax when they got to the Europa League final against United. United won, but obviously you saw a couple of their players, if I can remember correctly, Davinson Sanchez, and I think there's one more who have departed the club since. But they're still going strong and they're surprising people. Surprised everyone against Madrid. Proved it's no fluke and hard work and everything's pay off. Did it against Juventus as well. So that's Ronaldo and his former club, who are the reigning winners out of the competition. Messi looks mad. And in regards to Ajax, you know De Jong's going to be going to Barcelona. You know Deluded's got he's got the pick of the clubs, and all of Europe's elite are circling for him. Like I said, he's got his pick. Couple other players, you obviously got Neres and all couple other man, Tagliafico. No, wait, I'm bugging out. Yeah, Tagliafico and a couple other players that are getting linked with moves, and you don't really see Van der Beek's linked with any moves per such. Obviously, he's a professional footballer. He's linked with other clubs and things like that. To a degree, I think he probably gets outshadowed because of obviously De Jong and people like that in midfield and the right back and all the others. But I like him, man. I like what I've seen, man. It's crazy, that Ajax team, because he's 21. He's almost, I want to say he's one of the most senior players there. But it's like these young guys have just got incredible application. People are speaking in regards to him replacing Ramsey. I don't necessarily feel it's a like-for-like change of such, but I think he'd be a good addition. He's got a good engine. That's the first thing that strikes me. He can play a couple of roles in midfield. There's a lot of improvements to be made, but he can play slightly deeper. He can make runs forward. I like his engine, man. He shows a willingness to do the dirty work in terms of the game. Obviously, this season he's done all right in front of goal. I'm sure he's got like 8 goals and 9 assists or something similar. In all comps, not in all comps, in the league alone, and I think he's in double figures for both, if not assists, definitely for goals. In regards to all competitions this year. In fact, he's got 15 goals, 8 in the league, and he's got 9 assists, 11 in all comps. So yeah, man, could be a good addition to the squad, and obviously a good replacement in terms of a body for Aaron Ramsey, because I mean, you look at him, 21, 6 foot, just about 6 foot, I believe. Good engine, good technical abilities, likes to play in tight spaces, shows a willingness to play in tight spaces, can play as a 6, could possibly, well, he has played as an 8 of such. Not that I like to get hung up on these things. I think he's good I think he could do it a lot more often, but for me, it doesn't really make that many forward runs going forward, in my opinion. Anyways, he does that quite well, but I think he shows a willingness to come to the ball to try. What I mean by that is he wants to very much get on the ball and make things happen rather than sit on the cuffs of the game. Obviously, Ramsey mixes out, but you get the point. He's an April baby too. That obviously earns him some brownie points with me. And yeah, man, it looks like he's going to be, or if not, he probably will be soon, part of a fire sale with Ajax. And you're looking at similar to Monaco when the team was broken apart of such, man. Because you got him, you got De Jong, you've obviously got Tagliafico, like I said. You've got Deluded, You've got a whole heap of players collectively, and you've got Gravenberch in the academy to come on the scene as well. Brian Brobley. So yeah, man, Ziyech is there, obviously not in the academy, but Ziyech is about. So yeah, there's some good players there, man. So the problem is, will we be able to structure a move in terms of how we went for Lucas Torreira? Because obviously we're paying that in installments. If we're going on how this Ajax team is going, then you're probably looking at Van der Beek to be someone that could possibly go for on a real optimistic sort of thing, 25, realistically 40, to be honest, in today's market, man. Hopefully settle on a 35 million-ish. We need a midfielder, of course. We need to think, how feasible is it though, man? Because the tricky thing, I know we've got money, but if we get 70 million within the Champions League, I personally feel we've got to invest a substantial amount of that in regards to signing a centre-half, one that can be used as a real option with Socrates Holding to come about, Koscielny if he can continue this level of playing, for example. So yeah, you obviously got Neres. I mean, hopefully something could be done, because imagine we sign Ziyech, I can never say his name, Ziyech, Neres and Van der Beek from them. It'd be decent moves. It'd be similar to Liverpool raiding Southampton, but football, we can't be naive. That probably won't happen, man. We want a host of their players, and I'm sure a lot of Europe's teams want him, man. I would love it to happen, man. I like that he likes to play in between the lines, and he's not afraid to try and play a pass. That's what I take away from him personally, people. And it's testament to Ajax's scouting, because they signed De Jong for a couple, like 200k or something like that. Not De Jong, sorry. They signed De Jong for like a euro or some mad stuff like that. They signed Van der Beek for a couple 100k. Couple other examples like that, and they're gonna make money. So Overmars, if you want to come not manage, will be the technical director and bring some of these players and do a couple of this good work at our club. Be my guest, man. But of course I would like him, man. I would also like Ziyech as well. I can never say his name, but you know I'm talking about Hakim Ziyech. 26, man. I feel initially in his career kind of, I won't say floated, but he kind of was not talked up as being someone sick, but he had potential. And I feel in the last 2-3 seasons, for me anyways, I've seen a rise in him. Probably the last 18 months, 2 years exact, in to be exact, people, in the last few years. You see him what he's doing in the Champions League. You see him what he's doing in the league. Excellent at set pieces, good dribbler, tries to provoke positive attacking situations, wants the ball. Someone you're looking at to possibly replace Mesut Ozil, Mkhitaryan, possibly Aaron Ramsey in the 10 of such role moving forward as a club, based on these players being linked with moves, or Ramsey's case is a definite departure come the end of the season. Yeah, he's 26, so he's hungry. He's in the prime of his career. I'd be all for that, but feasible? How feasible is it, people? Because I would love Ziyech, I would love Neres, I would love a centre-half. 70 million budget. We have to be very smart. That's if we get Champions League. 50, I believe, if we fail to do so. That's basically what the papers are saying. Of course, I'm just a fan, who knows? But we'll be really trying to work a magic, man. And obviously, it would be nice to have someone that's a genuine threat from set pieces consistently in terms of taking them. But yeah, man. We've also been linked with Jean-Philippe Gambin. I've done a video on him. I'm sure the mine centre mid, sorry, can actually fill in that centre half. I think he'd be a decent option, man. I don't think we're gonna go for him purely because he's been linked with 35 million euros to us. That's all. That would be half of the 70 million pound budget. I don't think Arsenal would do that for him of sorts. I think we'd monitor him. I've seen us linked with Demirbay as well. I'd actually be all up for that, depending on if that's a cut price move. I think he'd bring experience. He's obviously been capped by Germany, doing his thing at Hoffenheim. So I'd like to get that. If we could save some money and get some quality, I'd be all for it. But I mean, to be fair to Gambin, I like him. He's a good footballer. Knows when to put a foot in. 23 years of age, so he's got his career ahead of him, sort of thing. It could fit in with the philosophy of what we're doing, and possibly if El Nene goes and a couple other midfielders depart, he would present us with someone who's fairly versatile of such. Needs to really cement himself in football, but you get the point. He would add depth of sorts, and it would be, I want to say, a shrewd signing, because he's not. I don't want to downplay his footballing abilities. I quite like him a lot, and his potential is as much as he wants to go. But that's just what I feel, people. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here. So, people, Deluded. Thank you for watching. I'm out.